Well, it's about 11,000 degrees out there. They're doing stuff, putting up signs on all the apartment buildings here. Not a day I'd want to be out there having to do work like that, but yeah. So I'm staying inside. Good news is, though, I have actually spent some time writing. These are going out. It's not stuff that I've gotten in today. This is about 20 of them right here that are going to be going out in the mail on Monday. Got another 5 at least ready to write. And I could probably crank out another 20 more if I really wanted to over today and tomorrow. We'll see how many I feel like doing, though, in that time. I bet I could, though. I bet I will. We'll see, though. But, good news. 2 in the inbox, one of which, first one we're going to go with here, is a trade from Levi Rosenquist. I've dealt with him a lot over the years. Yeah, good guy to trade with, regardless of his political affiliations. But, show you what we got here. Able to help each other out with some set needs. And so what I was able to get from him was... We can get that up. There we go. There we go. And, oh, tape down a little bit more. Okay. Thought I had it all set to be able to slide out from there, but now we got it. What I was able to get from him was this 1988 Donruss Diamond Kings Gary Gaetti. Try to get the glare off of it. There we go. That's about as good as we're going to get there, but got that in trade from him. Very happy to receive that one. Gaetti, I got him TTM a number of years ago, back when it was right after he started with that Atlantic League team down in Texas that he was managing for a while. I'm not sure if he's still manager there or not, but it was either just after he was there or maybe a few years before, but either way, got a couple cards signed by him, but I wasn't doing the Diamond Kings set yet, so didn't get that one done, but got it now, so very happy to finally get that one. Moving on, we have one TTM success. It looks like it says Memphis on it. It's from before I started writing initials on here, so it's a wide range of who this could potentially be and how old it could possibly be. Let's see here. And wow, yeah, this one has been out a while. Currently an assistant coach with, forget where he's an assistant coach at now, but a former head coach of the Atlanta Hawks and former player for the Chicago Bulls, and that is Bob Weiss. That, I think, may have been out for over a year now at this point, so very happy to get that one back. Kind of surprised to see that one. But I've actually gotten him in person years ago when he was an assistant somewhere else. That's totally slipping my mind now. 1 per in person, but by mail, signed 3 cards there for me, so very happy to land all those. Got a trade coming in, and like I said, got a bunch that are about to be mailed out here pretty soon as well, so hopefully I have a whole lot of successes coming out of those to post up on here. Once again, check out sportscardforum.com. Lots of great info on there for all things related to sports collectibles, pretty much, especially, though, great TTM section there. Go and check it out. Nice day at the mailbox today. This would be 6 envelopes we've got coming in today. And go in order that I'm going to open them in. I haven't even looked up to know where or who these ones all are. But I'll give you the postmarks and everything and the initials I've got written down. First one is actually a machine stamp on it. No initials either, so probably something that's been out for a couple of months. Next one is DR from Cleveland, Ohio. I know who that one is. I'll get to that one right before I open it. We have JG from Fort Myers, Florida. We have BR from Santa Ana, California. Diem of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And WJ of South Suburban, Illinois. So, let's see what we've got here. We'll go with that one first I mentioned that has the no postmark and the machine stamp on it. Because your guess on that one is as good as mine. Well, that's one that I'm pretty happy to get back right there, as it is former Kansas City Royal Mark Teahen, sent to his restaurant, bar, whatever it was that he owns, but got those back. Took a little over a month, actually, so it's one that I just happened to forget to write one down on, I guess. I don't really know, but either way, very happy to get those. Next up, as I said, is DR from Cleveland, Ohio, and this is going to be former goalie for the Leafs, the Senators, and the Atlanta Thrashers, Damian Rhodes. And the reason I ended up sending to him was, I mean, number one, I didn't have an autograph from him at all, so I figure, might as well send to him. I happened to look, and I saw that he was in Mentor, Ohio now, of all places. Mentor borders my hometown of Painesville. So right there, I mean, I learned to skate on the Mentor rink, for God's sake, so I'm very familiar with the town there. My dad still lives just a little bit east of there as well, and both Rhodes and my dad are graduates of Michigan Tech. So, let's see what we got here from Damian Rhodes. And yeah, got back what I sent him there. We'll show off a couple of those. One from the Senators and one from the Thrashers. Yeah, cool stuff right there. Glad to get him. All right, let's move on from here. So we've got, next up is going to be JG from Fort Myers, Florida. Like I said, I haven't looked any of these up, so I really don't remember exactly who I sent all of these to, but we'll find out here in a moment. Ah, that's right. This was John Gordon, who was the broadcaster for the Orioles back in the early 70s. But he also wrote a note back on my letter saying, Drew, thank you so much for thinking of me. I had 3 great years working with Chuck T and Bill O'Donnell, it looks like, he wrote on there. But he was the broadcaster for the Orioles, as I said, back in the 1970s, early 70s or so. And as part of my 1972 project, every team has a team card in that set. And so I've been trying to get those all signed by somebody who either was a coach on the team, maybe a GM, owner. If I can't get any of them, then maybe a player who didn't have a card, broadcaster, somebody associated with the team. So like for the White Sox, I actually got Nancy Faust, the Comiskey Park organ player, to sign the card. So for this one, I sent it off to John Gordon, the broadcaster for the Orioles back then, and he signed right across there. Very happy to get that one back. I think I'm down to needing only maybe 2 more team cards done. And so it's the Rangers and Giants, I believe, that I have left. Giants, I'm planning on trying to get a hold of and sending to Joey Amalfitano, since he was one of their coaches. Rangers, I've got a couple names in mind, but haven't really figured out just yet who I'm going to go with on that one. So I've got to get the cards first before I even think about that. So let's move on. We have BR from Santa Ana, California. Let's see. Nearly spilled that all over my lap, and fortunately it didn't, though. And this would be Bob Rodgers, the former manager of the Brewers, the Angels, the Expos. Who else? Brewers, Angels, Expos. All right, that's all of them then. So got a nice grouping there back from him. Very happy to get that one as well. He was actually the catcher at one point for George Brunette, who I may have mentioned on here before. Journeyman pitcher for, God, I think it was 9 major league teams and probably twice as many minor league teams. Pitched professionally from 1953 to 1985, once you include like all the minor leagues, the Mexican League, everything like that. I mean, he finally hung up the spikes when he was, what, 55, I think? All-time minor league strikeout leader, and he used to live next door to my dad and grandparents up in northern Michigan. But Rodgers was his catcher with the Angels there for quite a bit, so I know I definitely name-dropped him in my letter to him there. Let's move on. We have Diem of Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'd be willing to bet Minneapolis, probably going to be a hockey one. And yes, indeed it is. I'm guessing that the one I was hoping for did not get signed, though, and no, it did not. And no response given either. Nuts. So, Dave Mailday is one that I've written to a few times. I think this is the second time now, maybe third. The first time, I think I got nothing back. Second time, got back what I sent, but one unsigned, which I'll get to in a minute. And this time, yeah, sent a few cards. He signed all but one, but there's 2 of them there. So Mailday, I've been trying to get because he is in the Fleer Throwbacks set. And show the card of him off here. It's one that he didn't sign, unfortunately. But this set was put out in the 02-03 season. It has a bunch of tough guys from anywhere from like the 1950s up to the early 2000s. And Mailday was one of the ones they put in there. And for some reason, he refuses to sign that card. He's one of 3 players who at one point refused to sign their cards. One of them being Tim Hunter was the most well-known one that wouldn't sign. It was Mailday, and there was, God, who was the last one? Bugsy Watson, Brian Watson. But I was able to get a hold of Watson's from eBay, I think it was. So he signed at least a few of them out there. But when I tried him TTM a few times, never got anything back, and heard that he refused to sign that card and wouldn't even respond to TTM requests that had that card in it. Hunter forever had said that he refused to sign the card because I think, if I remember right, the story goes that he got fired as an assistant coach just before the card came out, so they should have pulled it from the set, and they didn't, and he ended up not getting paid for his appearance in the set, and so he wasn't too happy about that card and refused to sign it for a long time. But he signed it for me at the NHL draft when it was here in Dallas, so finally got that one done. So I knocked out 2 out of the 3, and so I was hoping if I mentioned to Mailday in there that, hey, these 2 guys used to not sign their card, any chance you're letting up on it, any chance you'll do it for a charity donation? Is there any reason behind why you won't sign it at all? And nah, he signed the other ones for me, didn't give a reason. Oh well. So that one's going to stay marked as in teal there on my want list as being one that I will probably not be able to get signed. All right, last one we have here, initials WJ, and it's from South Suburban Illinois, it looks like. Let's see what we've got. Oh, good. I was hoping to get this one back. This is Wallace Johnson, former Expos first baseman. I think he played some outfield, pinch hitter extraordinaire as well. I'd seen, normally he charges, I think, like $5 through Past Pros, but I'd seen a few people say, oh, no, he's signs free if you mail him. And once in a while, there are a few guys on Past Pros who do that, like, Billy Sample is listed on Past Pros, but he signs for free, and he'll even write back to you and everything. So once I heard about and saw all that with Wallace Johnson, I figured, yeah, we'll give that a try too, and so Wallace Johnson coming back to me as well. So there you have it, 6 envelopes in the mailbox today. Very good day here to start this week, and hopefully it continues. Just mailed out, God, what was it, 34 the other day, so hopefully I have a whole lot more coming through, and I've got enough stamps to write another 39 requests. Got this nice pile right here. I'm hopefully going to be sending out in all of those, so yeah, it's going to be keeping me pretty busy there if I really feel like getting writer's cramp in the next few days. Once again, make sure you're going and checking out sportscardforum.com. Lots of great stuff going on there, all things collectibles, especially a great TTM section. Make sure you're on there.